Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutation and much love to Yakim out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. And this is the brother Ash from Great Millstone, Tampa. Back with another walk and talk, Lord, as well as edifying to the hopeful elect. And, I just want to speak through the Spirit, and meditating as I usually do. And I'm walking with Lamach over here. Just about, fighting this last round. You got to keep going. We're in this final round. All right, it's going to get harder, of course. This your opponent, Satan's going all out. Esau eat him. But Satan's hops on the spiritual entity, Satan. All right, it's hopping on even our people, obviously 2/3 of our people. Which a lot of these guys that claim to be Israelites, they're 2/3, man. Not every brother's a brother, as the scriptures say. All right, but nonetheless, we gotta, fight this flesh, man, as well. And it's the hour of temptation is quickly approaching. All right, we got to keep hitting that point, to get the true believers ready for what's coming. All right, it's not just gonna be a cakewalk. You're gonna skip, to the kingdom of heaven. Acts 14:22 tells you, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It ain't gonna be, easy, but it's doable. It's over. We can do this, brothers, and your sisters as well. Hey, get out of there. Come on. But we got to be disciplined. All right. We have to obey Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and believe in him, and he gonna be there for us. But you're gonna be personally challenged. The Lord's gonna, every man has a challenge to overcome, but it's doable. But you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to overcome this flesh. All right, so you can receive the victory over the beast and not receive his mark. Because when you deny the flesh, which is what you're gonna have to do, because you're gonna be hungry. All right, it's gonna be troublesome times, the time of Jacob's trouble, full blown. They're gonna be persecuting. All right, it's gonna be chaotic, but you're gonna have to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, trust in Him. All right, and follow the Spirit. That's how we're gonna get through this. People ask, "What are you guys gonna do? What are you with this? What about?" Listen, we're not worried about that. We're worried about working out our salvation with fear and trembling. Listen, the Lord is going to guide us. The scriptures say that in 2 Ezra 16, the Lord is thy guide. We're not worried about what we're going to do in this situation. What if that happens? What if this happens? Oh, where's your bug out kit? Where's your canned tuna at? We're not worried about that. The Lord said, "My servant shall eat. My servant shall drink. My servant shall rejoice." We're not worried about what we're going to do. We know the Lord's going to provide for us. We know, not think. We know. At this point, if you don't, then, hey, this ain't for you, man. You don't have faith. You're not hoping for the things not seen. You don't have no trust in the Lord. Come on. You're not willing to put it on the line. All right, so to say, you're not willing to put all your chips on the Lord, so to say. I better said. All right, because you don't know what if. We're not dealing with what ifs. We're dealing with what is, and what is what the scriptures say. All right, and again, this is part of overcoming the flesh, because the flesh is going to have you shook. It's going to have you scared. But you have to overcome that with meditating on the scriptures in that time. You're not gonna, it ain't gonna be a brother there to pat you on the back and lift you up, exhort you. What if you're all alone, hungry, getting beat up, tortured by Edom, or you on the run and you ain't ate in a couple days? What are you gonna do? You gonna fold up, or are you gonna just wait patiently upon the Lord, as the scriptures say? So these are all things to keep in mind as we enter into these dark, evil times that are quickly approaching, which we're already in some dark times, but it's about to get a lot worse. Right now, I'm out here walking the dog, people at work, cars driving by, birds chirping. It's going to be a time where you're going to hear gunshots in the distance, people starving to death. All right, kids getting their faces blown off, organs just cut out of people, dead people everywhere. Are you ready for that? Huh? A lot of you people, bunch of pussies, let's keep it real. You Americans, all right? Bunch of you're not ready to see death. People getting blood leaking. Some of you faint at the sight of blood. I don't know what you're gonna do in that day. You better go on gore.com or something and start watching some Judgment. Shit, me and the brother Mayan, we'll watch that shit on repeat. You need to be desensitized. Not saying that's gonna get you salvation, obviously, but hey, you're gonna see it very soon. You're not gonna just end up in a chariot without seeing death and bloodshed everywhere, death and destruction everywhere. All right, things are about to get crazy, man. People are gonna have to fight for their foods. The scriptures say in 2 Ezra 15, invading one another for the great tribulation and the lack of bread. If you're not trusting in your Habashim Shai, your ass is gonna end up at a grocery store, and there's somebody gonna be waiting outside for you, or you're gonna end up getting a chip because you're hungry. You didn't have the faith to endure. And the Lord's gonna feed us in miraculous ways, as He has done in the past. As the scriptures say, all things are possible through Yahweh Shem Shai. You can also read Philippians chapter 4. These things are coming, but you have to be willing to endure them and then go through them. And then on the other side of it is the Lord coming to rescue you. But it's gonna be your flesh is gonna be telling you, no, don't wait. Go get that wait in line for that chip. You're hungry, ain't it? Especially if you got a family, it's gonna be even tougher. Kids crying, your woman bitching. What we gonna do? What we gonna eat? Hey, if they die, they die. But hey, brothers with families, we're looking to save our families. But you can't even let that stop you from getting your salvation. You end up falling because you want your family to eat. Well, now you and your family are going to get destroyed. Okay? If your wife want to go get the chip, hey, she going to do it. She going to, while you off going to get something, hunting for food, she going to be going to get a chip. If that's what the Lord's will is, hey, that's what it is. You can't, what you going to do? You need to worry about you getting your salvation, because if you don't get salvation, how you expect your family to? All right? As a man, you are the one that are going to get your family saved. Okay? And it's not up to you at the end of the day. The Lord has already preordained the ones that are going to be saved. So if your family's part of that number, then they're going to be saved. You don't need to worry about that. Focus on serving the Lord. All right? And the Lord will use that to see if you truly love Him. Because if you love the world or anything in it, the love of the Father is not in you. You got to love Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua more than your father, your mother, your wife, your kids, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, all that. Your life itself. You got to have more love for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua more than your own life. That's what a devout servant is. Someone willing to go, like the men of war of our ancestors. They were willing to go die, okay, knowing that we're outnumbered, Oh, we gonna get steamrolled. Hey, they didn't care. They just showed up and the Lord provided. That's the spirit you gotta be in. You gotta be willing to die for this. And strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall save thee. All right, or the Lord shall fight for thee. So, I just wanted to do a quick video. All right, Lord's will is edifying and exhorting to the hopeful elect. With that, I say shalom.